Hi friends, and welcome to the channel. This is a place where I enjoy sharing my insights. And today, I'm wondering, what are you guilty of? And I want to talk about that cleansing feeling of being free from that shame and inhibition and guilt that so many of us are suffering from. This is not an evangelical message, although it could sound like that. It is that this freedom belongs to everyone, religious and non-religious alike. Stick around. It might be too good to be true. But it is true that you're not doing it. You're not providing for yourself. In the ways we've come to think we are. And for me, I have contemplated my own existence to understand there is no part of me that can question it. I am affluent, abundant, prosperous, cared for, worry-free. Now, this takes some sorting because we believe in this notion of survival. But you have to go back to your early days as an infant, which you can't remember. You have to imagine this. That you were provided for. If you're an adult listening to this, I don't care how strenuous your upbringing was, you were provided for. And this makes me wonder who is providing for the provider. Who is parenting the parent? And if you can get lost in a sea of explanation if you try to figure out who's responsible. And if you feel guilty, you think you are responsible. And what makes this complicated is that you are, but not like you think you are. You are responsible in this kind of a way. I don't know if you can see, if the light were better, I have some of the most beautiful, bejeweled blue eyes you have ever seen. They're absolutely stunning in the right light. And I've been complimented on my eyes. Oh, you have the most beautiful eyes, and so does my mother. And so often I innocently say thank you, as if I made them myself. You know? And you have to understand that is a innocent example of just how free you are. Well, I can't take credit for my eyes. That's just nature. But what is not nature? That's the question. And my mind goes to all sorts of weird places. Okay. I can't take credit for my eyes, but can I take credit for these words? Well, I'm not sure where they're coming from either. Except this, I'm just going to get on YouTube, turn it on in my pajamas, and speak to an audience I do not know. Yet, no. So guilt is this notion that you had a say-so. I didn't have a say-so in my eye color, but I have a say-so in my words. I have a say-so in my thoughts. I have a say-so in how I create my life. You see, if somebody's trying to teach you how to manifest and you're just not doing a great job, say this is some techniques to manifesting better. They're trying to teach you how to change your eye color. See, I don't think there is such a thing as self-improvement, because there is a weird way to get lost in trying to figuring out what part of me needs improvement and what part of me is doing all the improving. That's where the system swallows me up. Because if I try to explain to you what self-improvement is, then I don't need to try to explain to you why I want to explain. And why I want to explain, and I'm lost already. In the same ways that I might try to explain to you why I chose to be born as this critter called Ryan Hebert. And the family I was born into, in the time period I was born to, I had no say-so in that. So whether or not I have a say-so in anything else gets very tricky. Because where do I draw the line between what I have a say-so in and what I don't have a say-so in? I can't find that place that's my doing, my decisions. And if you contemplate it enough, you realize there has never been a change since the time your diapers were changed. Does a baby go around feeling guilty for shitting himself or herself? Oh, I just crapped my diapers, and my mommy has to wipe my tushy. Does my dog feel guilty that I pick up her poop 2 times a day? Nah. Does she feel guilty because she hurt her paw the other day and I had to spend $200 at the vet? It was an adventure to her. And then you might say, well, yeah, you're her master. But then my question is, well, who's mastering the master? Who's mastering me? Why didn't I just leave her paw to rot? Her paw was infected. Why did I choose to take her to the vet? Why wasn't I one of these negligent dog owners who just lets their dog suffer? It didn't feel like a choice to me. It felt like love. Who's mastering me? If I'm providing for myself, well, who's providing for the provider? Who's providing for myself? Why don't I simply allow myself to starve? Why don't I just sit here blissed out? Well, Ramana Maharshi did that. Sat in front of the temple, blissed out. And guess what happened? People put food in his mouth. He swallowed it. He was just trying to prove how completely innocent existence is. But, there's a fine line between innocence and guilt. We're just not sure who done it. Are you guilty of anything? If you are, then you had a say-so in your eye color. You have a say-so in your behavior. You have a say-so in what happens to you. You have a say-so, a veto power, a choice. In the same way you have a choice to circulate your blood, you have a choice to grow your own fingernails, and I have a choice to grow hair on my head. Guilt and innocence are identical. Voluntary and involuntary are identical. You have beautiful eyes. Well, thank you. I made them myself. Your YouTube channel sucks. I made it myself. You're ugly. I made it myself. Guilty. I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew what I was doing when I was born. I knew exactly what I was doing when I pooped in my diapers. I was just trying to get my way, you see. Guilty as charged for existing. You see, this is so incredibly freeing. I want to shout it on the mountaintops. That I'm provided for. And what does that attitude do for you? It just makes you want to play and dance and skip and hop around. And be that crazy guy who gets a massage instead of paying his electric bill. Who paints a picture instead of gets a job. Who rides a bicycle rather than doing anything. See, that's the true childlike nature of who we are. We never grew out of infanthood. We just grew into this misunderstanding that the individual can take credit for anything. And so love pours out of you. Because you're just an empty conduit through which the universe expresses itself. As if I can take credit for these words. And you can take credit for your existence. Congratulations, you exist. How much does existence cost you? It didn't cost me anything to exist. Why should it cost me anything to live? To be here. What's the price that I have to pay to be here? I'm a big fat zero. And you can't add to zero. You can't subtract from 0. We are all the same 0, pretending to be 1s and 2s, and negative 1s and negative 2s. Zero cost, 0 credit, 0 praise, 0 blame, 0 work, 0 effort, 0 guilt. Welcome to the true nature of existence, my friend. If only you could believe yourself to be so ostentatiously affluent. Or do you feel too guilty for an existence you had no say-so in? I guess I'll just continue to take credit for these beautiful blue eyes I made. And I'll take credit for this beautiful video I just made. Sitting here in my pajamas. Not exactly knowing what I'm saying. But just playing. Just leisurely, which means to be allowed. I am allowed. I am free. Let's set ourselves free. I don't know how to systemize it. Because I feel like I was set free. Something knocked on my door and said, "Can Ryan come out and play? Or is he too busy taking credit and working and surviving?" See, I had no choice in the matter. Freedom found me. And maybe it's finding you too. My name is Ryan, but that's just the sound in the universe. I hope you enjoyed these insights. If you did, check out my blog, mymorningmotivator.com.